So here's my 10-minute sand cho for Cho. Mucho told me to use Dracozolt, and there sure is a Dracozolt on this team. And I feel like fewer OU Pokemon every time I look at it. Look, I never learned how to make sand teams, because I've never really wanted to use a sand team. I think just the animation gives me anxiety. I look at the animation, and I'm like, that's too much sand. I'm gonna get sand in my eyes. How can I see my friends' racist iFunny memes if I've got sand in my eyes? Dracozolt is a fine excuse to finally use one though, because I actually think that the Galar fossils are divine. I love them. And of the four, I guess Dracozolt probably lives the life least damned to agony. So that's nice for him. The Tyranitar set is offensive 3-attack stealth rocks. You could call this set fucking terrible. I could call it the future, actually. And we could both be here all day, and we could both probably cry, but the point is that I refuse to use the kind of max HP, max special defense tank Tyranitars that you are required to use as Glumons on these kind of teams, because they just give me 0 endorphins. If I'm going to use fucking Godzilla, I'm gonna give him Adamant max attack Stone Edge and make everything get blowed up. What's the fucking point otherwise? Latias was a reactionary don't lose to rain panic button that I pressed almost immediately. Glastrier is definitely the weak link of this team, but it's a good nickname, and the idea was that I would bait Cinderaces into just fucking doing it and pyroballing me, which you live from full HP and then can just kill them with high horsepower. However, what I didn't anticipate was how willing people are to just fucking click high jump kick. These people haven't suffered enough psychic damage from having to use Mega Lopunny and Hawlucha in Gen 7 OU. Autotomized Celesteela is a win condition that takes advantage of Earthquakes and Rillaboom. The Fire Blast is way more so for Scarf Kartana than it is for Ferrothorn. And Mamoswine is because I had somehow gotten to slot 6 on a sand team without including a ground type yet. And of all the ground types available, Mamoswine is definitely the one that I most want to install a hammock on to lie in with my sweetheart.
Ready? Go!
Yeah, I know that this turn 1 Earthquake is the most prokaryote level play I could have possibly made. And yes, you should call me a noob, and yes, you should push me down and make me eat dirt and bugs, but peep this Eject Pack Draco Meteor slow pivot into Mamoswine Ice Shard, like a fucking highwayman from Darkest Dungeon combo, and just know that that's the kind of highly technical play that you aren't going to get from any other dweeb Smoggentubers that use Pokemon that actually advance game states and accomplish tasks. I bring Glastrier in on the Tapu Koko because I just assume that, like me, everyone runs a U-turn on their Koko instead of Volt Switch, so I wouldn't have been able to eat it with the Mamoswine. But I'm kind of starting to think that I might just be like a little baby boy. Losing Glastrier for the high horsepower hit on Melmetal is a fine trade because Melmetal is extremely threatening from full HP, but everything I have has a move that should do at least half to it. I would have given Glastrier enough speed EVs to outspeed Melmetal, but I kind of just assumed Melmetal had like 12 base speed, and I didn't really want to look it up because I thought that if I dedicated my brain cells to remembering one less speed tier, I might actually be able to remember, like, my dad's birthday, or my own phone number, or anything. Oh, and yes, that was 4 missed moves in 5 turns. Which one was your favorite? I think I like Mamoswine graciously whiffing the Icicle Crash because it turns this into an actual replay and not just Mamoswine one-shotting everything on this dude's team like he totally could have if he wasn't helping me establish some dramatic tension. I think that tanking that hit with Dracozolt is the first time I've ever actually used something to resist a Regieleki attack and not just something that was immune to it. I kind of love how stupid Regieleki is, because usually it's like, oh, you resist me? Cool. So you only take half of 1 million damage. Alright, I'm sorry, Tyranitar. I love you, but I am gonna need you to take a fall on this one. After you get done whooping my Tyranitar, Mom says that it's my turn to click electric moves. I gotta say, having not used Dracozolt in Sword, but then sending it out on Showdown, and seeing its massive cloaca was a real open for a surprise kind of moment. And just as this battle began with a Power Gamer Latias play, so too does it end with one when I Healing Wish Mamoswine back. Is Latias actually the most montage-worthy Pokemon of all time? Is she the Gunshot Bride?
Am I glad he's frozen in there and that we're out here?
So, do you think that Tapu Koko ever thought Hawlucha was his best friend? And then saw Hawlucha eat a grassy seed? And Tapu Koko was just like, yeah, okay. Yeah, that's cool. So, before anyone asks, the reason why it's superpower on Glastrier instead of close combat is because I didn't know Glastrier could learn close combat. Why is Glastrier's move pool like 5,000 times better than Spectrier's? I go into Mamoswine here instead of Dracozolt because I didn't want to just get revenge killed by the Magirna. I'm not too tore up about this Cinderace missing his high jump kick because, like, you know. Really the only reason that I picked this replay was just to prove that I did start working on this video before Cinderace and Magirna got quick banned. So yes, this janky squad was my forever boys, as much as it totally looks like I just made a Cinderace Magirna team like normal, but then had to hastily throw it in the fucking trash. I definitely made dealing with this Magirna way harder on myself than I needed to. And to be honest, I just sort of reflexively tried to beat it the same way I beat Double Dance Magirna almost every time, which was just to switch Latias in on the shift gear and then trick a Choice Scarf on the Calm Mind, before realizing that I'm not actually using Trick Scarf Latias on this team. So I definitely just clicked Thunder Wave with the same kind of energy as when I try to make my boss think I'm working when he walks around the corner, and I quickly turn my phone off and just, like, shuffle some boxes around. I definitely should have just dropped the hammer and set up with Celesteela on it immediately. I didn't even need to, like, pinch this guy's nipples a little first. So, since this guy also has a sand team, it means that I can get away with just sort of clicking buttons with Tyranitar and seeing what happens. I can't fucking wait to actually be able to use Choice Band Tyranitar with Magirna banned. Not have to worry about it getting a bunch of green numbers against me and getting 6-0'd. It's gonna be so fucking sick. Tyranitar is so fucking sick. Tyranitar is the sickest shit I ever saw. So this freeze-dry damage on Tapu Fini is what finally convinced me to just quit using freeze-dry and just use knockoff like a fucking normal person. I thought I'd be able to, like, lure Swampert with freeze-dry for Dracozolt, but I guess you can accomplish the same thing by just using any other move on it. Mamoswine owns so hard. Oh, and BT Dub's Autotomize changes Celesteela's weight, like, barely at all. Just for some perspective, after the Autotomize, Heavy Slam is still 100 base power against Tyranitar, and 120 against, like, anything lighter than that. Hey, by the way, I got even more Celesteela sweeps with this team than I did with the fake stall team. So I do think that Blastoise kinda totally sucks ass twice, but I feel like it does always manage to get at least one kill against me. I get fucking whooped here, by the way. This Ice Beam on the Latias switch-in is fucking sick. I got red. I got red like a fucking conditioner bottle in a post-Adderall shower. I think Blastoise just, like, gets inside my head. I don't want to be thinking about it shell smashing, because then I have to deal with the fact that the cannons are just big orifices. And I just can't. I just can't deal with that right now. This Tyranitar EV spread is actually specifically to survive +1 Bug Buzz from Volcarona at full HP, with the rest in attack and speed. I can't remember who I stole this EV spread from, but whoever you are, just know that I want to kiss you. Motherfucker, I was so close to being able to justify Glastrier in this video. Glastrier's, like, not bad, okay? Glastrier has moments. I feel like it can 1v1 pretty much any offensive Pokemon, other than, like, Melmetal. It just almost never gets more than one kill in a game. Oh, but my boy about to pop off, by the way. I love mixed Dracozolt because, like, 15 years later, it finally feels like the Pokemon that everyone wanted Electivire to be whenever they watched their first Maryland video. Well, at least everyone who's, you know, fucking old, like me. This is the most fucking Chad Latias set of all time. This guy's actually fucking sick. Turn 1 Shell Smashed. Basically just Shell Smashed again with the Latias. And also I'm pretty sure that was max attack Buzzwole, because it got an attack beast boost. Hey yo, Rad Nads. Do you want my Z-List Smoggin YouTube channel? I think you deserve it more than I do. My brain is so small. I don't even know how to end videos.